All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another week. Here we are. Here we are. Midway through November. Almost midway through November already. Which time is flying. So, tonight we are talking about November opportunities. Before we get into that, and we're going to hear from a bunch of different people tonight, but before we get into that, let's talk about a couple of announcements worth noting. Um, uh, and I saw today there is an online training course. I need to find that link and get that link dropped to you guys. Um, there's an online course for the new email communication section of our workstation. And so I want to get that link posted or find that link and see if that online training is in fact live. I happened to catch that right before I hopped on this call. So, um, Scentsy did announce today that the shipping cutoff for the United States is December 16th. So that is the date that Scentsy will guarantee that you will have your order by Christmas. That isn't to say that an order placed after the 16th won't arrive in time, but they're going to guarantee, at least on their end, on Scentsy's end, that if it's placed by the 16th, they will get it out in enough time for it to arrive by Christmas. Um, as you know, the Wicked collection launched yesterday. It is still available. It is not sold out. So that bar and that warmer are available. Um, Moana came back, and you know what? I did forget to check if there was anything Moana that was sold out. I didn't check that on my PWS. So if anybody knows of any Moana products that have sold out, let us know.
They're all still available.
Perfect, thank you. And then Lord of the Rings returned. So that is out. Um okay. I think those are the major announcements. Don't forget, Scents of the Season, 4 bundles of Scents of the Season are the 20-year incentive for this month. Uh, World Tour registration is open. So be registering. If you didn't already do that last month, be registering for the nearest World Tour location, your nearest World Tour location. And then also a little plug. I know many of you know about this and you do see it come through either via text or email or on the Facebook pages every single week. But our groups have a weekly update that we have been sharing out with you. And that link for that weekly update does not change, but the information in that weekly update does change. So anytime at any point, you can visit. It's either togetherwescent.com/weekly update or the Flash community.com/ I'm looking at Anna. Okay, she's dropping them in the chat. Um, the flashcommunity.com/update. So it's anyway, they're in the chat. But those are living and breathing, meaning when things change or get updated, it's happening. So you can always go to that link, those links, they go to the same place and see everything that you need to know right now. From the warmer and scent of the month that's available, to any promotions that are running, to any products that are available, any collections that are coming out, any registrations that are open for events, anything that you would need to know. It's basically taking our news tab and making it scrollable, and you're getting the highlights. Okay. So we know some of you are using it religiously. We also know some of you still don't know that it exists or you haven't visited it. And so, because also, I mean, let's be real, on the backside, we can see how many people click it. So, uh, we want to make sure to tell you and to remind you that that is there. So if a team member is saying, I don't know what's going on, and you can even send them the link and say, hey, here's, I don't know if you caught this, but here's the weekly update. Our group has this updated all the time and it's available every single day at the same link, whatever you'd want to say. So anyway, shameless plug for that resource because Andrea Hatch, spends a ton of time making sure that that's up to date for us. And I know that it's a lot of work and we appreciate it so, so much. And so we want to make sure that everybody's using the resource. We actually are going to build it out and make it even better. By the leaders and I were talking before you guys all hopped on about creating actual files, like if we reference things tonight on the call. Anna's showing it really quickly. Hold on a second. The files that we're going to talk about tonight will now also be included in this weekly update. There will be a link to them. So you won't have to go scouring for these files. They'll be listed by the call date and things like that. But anyhow, we'll be building that out. We'll keep you in the loop, but just know that that weekly update is available for everyone, and we are trying to make it a one-stop shop. All right. Guys, leaders, did I forget to mention anything else? Is there anything else that you think that's pertinent, worth mentioning? Nope. I say let's get into it. All right. Tammy, take it away.
Welcome, everybody. We have a jam-packed evening for you with a bunch of different things. Ways that you can run your business in the month of November. And to kick it off, Robin is going to talk a little bit about her Black Friday specials, as well as turkey trots and the way that she does it. Everything that we talk about tonight just gives you ideas that you can use in your business. So, Robin, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, hello. So, my face got very big on the screen. So, I like to do these. I call them my traveling turkey totes, right? It's very simple. I don't get fancy with them. But I find that these are a fun way for people to take Scentsy with them and they're going somewhere for the holidays or they're hosting themselves. They have company coming over. And all I did was I took these regular paper bags, but you don't have to do it that way. Scentsy also had these bags, these insulated little totes that we had, and all I did was put a little flyer on it. And the flyer just says, traveling turkey tote, take me with you, enjoy the samples inside, do a little shopping while you wait for pie. All right. So nothing fancy, something on Photify. You can do your own, doesn't have to be great. And then what I did is I wanted to hit the sensories, right? I wanted them to see something that looks fun. We know our catalog is beautiful, so the catalog goes in there. You can use the showcase brochures if you want. I do a mix. I put at least one catalog in there and then several showcase brochures as well. I put a little sheet on the front, which I will give to Anna to post. And it basically is just telling them the important things. The website, the specials, and what you're going to find on the specials tab, the clearance page, the bundle and save, the warmer of the month, and the Scentsy curated bundles. So all the different options that Scentsy has for them to save money while they're shopping. And then I put the party link on there as well and how long it's going to stay open. In the catalog, you are also going to find the holiday brochure, the harvest brochure, because let's face it, some people like to decorate for fall all year long. And then both warmers of the month for the current month and for next month, because you might as well put it in their head that that's coming up. I also put order forms in here, but if you noticed, I put this tacky little sticky on the front for this purpose, but I tell them to use these as a wish list. Write down everything that they like, and then I include a highlighter pen in the bag and tell them to either circle or highlight the things that they really like at the end. But if you've ever taught anything, they tell you that when you write something down when you're in school, if you write it down, you'll remember it. If you have a goal and you write it down, you're more likely to follow through. Having them write down the things that they like are going to keep those things in their mind. Even if they don't buy them now, when they give you this order form back with the highlighted things, you can see the other things on there that they like. And so that's a nice option to have for planning out for the future. I also put in here, besides the little highlighters and all that, I put in a small bag for the hostess. So whether it's the hostess that's running Thanksgiving or the hostess that's doing the party, they might be the same people. I put a big sample in there, one of the current bricks, because I want it to fill their house, and counter clean, because I want them to see the beautiful things. I want them to smell the great senses, and then I want them to have some fun. So giving them a little gift, let's be real, we all like to get a little present. So thank you for, letting Scentsy into your family holiday. Here's a little gift for you. And oh, by the way, do some shopping. Okay. I also, one thing I learned the hard way, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but the first time I did these, I did not set the expectation very well with the hosts. And what ended up happening was the hosts that took them thought it was just full of total, well, there's samples in there too, but they considered that just a huge freebie, and they got no orders at all. They didn't even try. I didn't set that expectation. So now when I do these, I'm much better about saying, so our goal is for you to hit what? Let me have your wish list, or tell me some things you're interested in, and let's set the goal. Because if I set those numbers in their head, they know I'm expecting them to get orders. They might try harder because there's something for them at the end. Okay. So set those expectations as well. Hit their sensories, and just make it fun, just make it fun and easy. Something as simple as that, or this, same thing in there. And it's got this on the front to get their attention. A plain bag is fine, but I'm likely to walk out as I'm leaving for the holidays and leave the plain bag behind. But if I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to take that with me. Okay. I can't see if there's questions. So if I'm talking too fast or there's questions, please let me know. Okay. And then I will give to Anna the flyer for this, and then the little card, and then the card that I put in the gift for the hostess, just telling her thank you for letting Scentsy into their holiday, and here's a little something for you, and that kind of thing. Okay. And is that someone else want to do their other style first? Or you want me to go into Black Friday or Black
Go
Friday?
ahead, Robin. You can
Okay.
keep going. Yeah.
So I never do Black Friday because I'm used to having a big family and lots of kids, and I'm always broke by the time Black Friday's over. So I've always done Wax Friday, and that's the Friday before Black Friday when people still have money. And I do it a couple different ways. I look at the clearance page, and I like right now on the clearance page right now, the Minnie Mouse warmers on there, and the mini Hugs and Kisses, Love and Kisses wax bars on there. That makes a cute little bundle for $29.20. It's something someone else might not think about, but if you presented, hey, you can get this and this for $30, or under $30, then they're, oh, that's cute because that's normally this value, blah, blah, blah. So you are basically guiding them to something that is already out there. Okay, a resource that's already out there. Harry Potter fans, we've got other warmers coming. Harry Potter's a big thing. People love that. Look for your Potter fans and post that. Hey, Potter fans, I have a special for you. And then tell them about the Hedwig warmer that's still out there for $37.50 instead of $75. So you don't have to have stock on hand to do a special sale for Wax Friday, Black Friday, however you want to do it. You can go on and use the resources that Scentsy gives you and figure that out. The other thing you can do is sit down and figure out, well, I want to do a special about the air purifiers or the diffusers. How many of those do I need? And add those things together. How many do I need to be able to drop the price down? If you have stock on hand, it's always fun to do little things to capitalize on what people have coming up. So when I do mine, I do mine in categories. I will do warmers because people like to have gifts to give. I do holiday warmers because some people are still decorating in November and maybe they aren't decorating in December because they're having to buy all their presents. But they're also going to end up having to have gifts, right? So a simple scent circle put in a plastic bag with the jingle bells I got for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, right? Makes a nice little gift for a child to take and give to the teacher, give to the bus driver, and it's less than $5. So you want to be thinking about what your customers have. Do you have a lot of customers with young families? Well, then be thinking about bundles or things that you can do that will take that off their list. Look, I have this present for you. It's already wrapped. All you have to do is give it to your child and have them drop it off. So simplicity, that makes it easy. Dollar Tree had these little mugs, right? Adorable. All I did was get those and I put in hot cocoa mix and a room spray and a little bit of filling. And that makes a nice present too. These are the kind of easy things that you can package up that make the gift special and unique, but still really not high priced because this is a $10 gift right here. It's a $9 room spray and $1 for the cup. That's not too bad. Um, the other thing that we talked about was website resources, flash sales. If you're like me and you hit the flash sales throughout the year, the hand creams that were on, the buddy clips, all those kind of things, you can make those into adorable little flyers and send those to your customers. This is one from last year, obviously not current, but this is one from last year. Can you guys see it? Okay. So these were when I got those little buddy clips for $3. So I packaged them up adorably and sold them for $5. I didn't make a ton off of them, but I got a lot of stuff moving. And when people were buying those, then they were also saying, well, I got such a good deal on that. You know, I really like that warmer and I saved a lot. I'm going to splurge. So be thinking about those kind of things as well. You can do an all day thing. You can post things to your customers all at once. I can't see that. You can post things to your customer all at once. Like if you have somebody who's interested, you can send them 10 little flyers all at once. Here's all my specials for today. And then they can pick and choose what they like. That's easy. If you have it on hand, package it up for them. If you don't, write it all down, put it in that order, and then you've got several orders to go in at once for those customers. Does that make sense? Okay. Questions?
Nothing that came through.
I was going to say the question that came out was Laura had asked if it's sold as a gift, do you label that room spray? And both Anna and Melissa replied, absolutely, because you never know who that person's going to. And if they absolutely love Scentsy and they want more, they want to know where to come back to.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa, what were you saying?
No other questions outside of that one that came in from Laura, but I wanted to add, there's not a single thing that leaves my hands that is not labeled. And I am kind of a label overkiller, because you just never know who's going to save their boxes, who's not going to save their boxes, who's going to buy the warmer and gift it to somebody else. So if I'm able to stick a label on the bottom of a warmer because there's space, I'm sticking a label on the bottom of a warmer because there's space. Were you going to show something with a buddy?
I had one more thing. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say earlier.
No, that's okay.
A lot of people do boo buckets, right? But you can also get these little buckets and do a holiday bucket as well, because we just had that big sale on buddies. Something even as simple as this, that's a reusable little, right? It doesn't have to be fancy and expensive, but if you do it cute, put a little attention in there, put some shredded paper, put it in a bag. This is an easy gift that's already done, and someone can just pick it up and go, oh, that's 2 grandkids done. Done.
Yep. And if you don't have anything on hand to make these gifts out of, don't fret, because we're never ones to encourage anybody to spend money on buying stock ahead of time so that you can do these types of things. You can run the Black Friday specials, like Robin is talking about, using the clearance section.
Mm-hmm.
Using the clearance. You can even break it down by category, like Robin was saying. One day focus on warmers and one day focus on wax using the clearance section. Just only show them the clearance section warmers. Then just the next day, show them the clearance section bar of wax. Now, you don't want to direct them straight to clearance. They'll see it all. You would want to take the things from clearance, make your own little, yep. Go ahead, Robin.
Yep, just take those pictures. And this is Photify. A lot of people are really good at Canva. I'm not, but I'm good at Photify. Stick those in Photify, and there we go.
Yeah. So that's one of the biggest things we always want to make sure to mention is that, yes, if you have things on hand, you can do Black Friday gifts on hand. If you don't, use the clearance section to your advantage. And I know when we're all said and done tonight talking about what we wanted to talk about, Tammy's going to point your attention to one specific area of the website maybe you didn't even realize existed. But I'm going to cliffhang you on that for just a few.
And last year, another thing that worked well on Black Friday or Wax Friday for me was the whiff box. I sold the whiff box as I knew what was in it, and I'm like, here you go. There's 6 gifts in here that you can turn around and package up a bar for a teacher, a room spray, whatever. And people loved that. It was $35. They had 6 gifts done, and the whiff boxes flew off my website.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you really chose to focus on the whiff box, it actually is something that grabs people's attention. I was using the whiff box at an event that I did this past weekend. I had it on my table to display it. And here's the thing though, unless I was actually talking to people about it and about its value and how awesome it was and how it's kind of like a mystery gift for yourself every single month, it's easy for people to look past the whiff box, whether they're scrolling on Facebook or scrolling past your text message or even seeing it on your display and walking past it. Whatever you talk about is where your focus goes will be what grows. And so whiff box is an excellent avenue to pursue. You could do a Black Friday sale solely around the whiff box.
Right.
Yeah. Robin, I think you brought out, I think people love that wax weekend, actually wax weekend or wax sale basically before Black Friday when people do have money. So yeah. Genius on that aspect. I think you highlighted 2 different ways that you could actually do it. You could do it over a period of time or a shorter period of time. Like you can do specials from 6 to 8 on a day, 8 to noon or whatever, and offer something during that time period. So there's multiple ways to do it. And like you said, you've mentioned things that you've purchased in flash sales before. But again, like Melissa said, we definitely don't want to encourage people to go out and have to do that because we have so much available already on the workstation. And while you were talking, I just went out there and looked at a few things. The Reflect Diffuser shade is out there on sale right now, I think for $36. You take that, you could even throw in an oil or add in an oil, and for $121, it's a $41 savings. You can bundle up things. If you have the Star Wars fans out there, there's a Darth Vader buddy and a Boba Fett warmer, which is like a $77 savings from that. You mentioned the mini. You could do Winnie the Pooh and Friends. And also, if you want a really big bundle, you could take a full price warmer as well as the Tigger Buddy, the Winnie the Pooh wall fan diffuser, add in some pods and whatever else and add those savings. And so I think what Robin's really highlighting is it's just get creative and think of how you want to do it and offer those specials, because when customers go out there, they don't look at that. But when you present it with a nice flyer, it's much more appealing to them. Yeah. So I'm just kind of reading through things. Josh had mentioned a wax weekend featuring 2 or 3 gifts per ideas per day. Start Thursday and end Monday. That's up to 15 different gift ideas.
That works well for 12 days of Christmas too. if you do the
Yeah.
first 12 days of the month. Yep.
Yeah. And then Christina had mentioned she had a conversation with someone who had no clue we sold oils. Um, and so that's one of those things. And, you know, you see out there, and the reason why I mentioned the diffuser is you see a shade and you're like, well, what am I going to do with that? Well, if you get the base for $85 and you put that discounted shade with it, that's a big savings on a really popular diffuser that we used to have in the catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just kind of how you package it and present it to people.
And those fragrance flowers, you know, the 3 by 3 fragrance flowers and get the discount. That's a pretty good discount on those flowers.
Mhm.
And that's a nice gift. It's 60 days worth of a present for someone to enjoy. So, like, you know, Melissa was showing pictures of the wine box that she uses. Sometimes I just use the gift bags and stack them up and show them and pretty cut ribbon on it, and you're done. And they have this beautiful gift that they can turn around and give. They spent less than $20 on it. They saved money, which makes them feel good about it as well. And it's a gift that someone can use for quite a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Simplicity. I mean, that's
Yep.
kind of the key. People are
Yep.
looking for simple. Help them do the shopping. Make it simple, look pretty, less they have to do.
Exactly.
So
Yes, Josh. Yeah, even after it dries, it still smells good. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Robin. Did you have anything else to share?
Nope, I'm done.
Thanks,
Okay.
Robin.
And Anna is going to share with us thankful turkeys. They are so cute. So Anna.
Before I jump over to that, I have a flyer that I use for turkey trots. And I know Robin touched on this earlier, but I wanted to add one thing. And I'm going to give you the Canva link to this file so that way you guys can use this if you want to. But one of the things that I have done in the past is I have offered people, if they don't do a full party, I still want to reward them because I want them to still bring me some orders rather than no orders. So what I'll do is, and this is all editable at the bottom. You can adjust this to fit whatever it is that you have on hand or whatever your budget is to allow for extra host gifting. And you can also remember to use that host reward in order to make some of these things happen. So for example, mine says collect $50 in orders, get a free wax bar. Collect $100 in orders, get 3 free wax bars. Because ideally here, you guys, is that I have multiple turkey trots out. And so even if they don't come back with the $200 to qualify for host rewards, I can combine those together. And when I place all those orders together, I'm getting host rewards that I'm able then to distribute to the people who had partial parties, right? So at $150, I'll offer 6 free wax bars. And again, maybe I'm using a half price reward to make those happen, or maybe they're just wax bars that I have on hand. Maybe I don't allow them to choose the 6 free wax bars if they didn't have a full party. That's all up to you. And then on this little piece, it just says collect $200, get those 6 free wax bars, get $20 in free credit, get 2 half price items. Again, that's your standard host credit with the hostess rewards. So you can change this again to fit what your budget is or what you have or what you're willing to do in order to get those orders to come in. So you'll have a link for that.
And in case anybody, since we don't have the question there, I'm just going to ask it in case anybody's wondering. For those parties that you do they hand turn in those orders to you? Do you always put a link out on the page for every party? How do you do that? Do you always have a virtual link for everyone or?
Yeah, I typically set up a link for them so that way if people aren't necessarily with everybody that might want to shop over Thanksgiving, they have a link online. But also I'll give them just a few testers that are still current rather than the full set, because that I can make my testers go a lot farther if I just give them a handful of testers and a single catalog, or even just a catalog. It's better if they have something to smell, but yeah.
And Robin's holding up the scratch and sniff. Yeah.
Yep. So there's that. As far as the thankful turkeys go, so these are super fun. We shared them last year and they were a huge hit for me last year too. It's just like scent circles and a cute little graphic that's taped to the front of it. Okay. On this one, I just used some scent circles that I had in my stash of stuff Because you know how it is being a Scentsy consultant for a long enough time, these things accumulate. I like to buy scent circles whenever we have our flash sales, so that way they're super cheap. If you decide you want to do something like this, you can pre-order the scent circles, and yeah, you're going to get 3 and 3, so it'll look a little more like this, and that's super cute still too. Or you can mix and match, also super cute, really doesn't matter. I will say, if you decide you want to make this, cram the scent circles up to the top, so that way when you put them all together, it will lay a lot more flat. If the scent circles are still at the bottom, it doesn't lay as nice. So just push those up to the top. And I, like Melissa said, I label every single scent circle on here, because you never know if somebody decides that they want to share some of these feathers, right? So Deacon always takes these to school for his teacher. They also make a really nice host gift if you're going to somebody's house for dinner. And like I said, you're going to sell these. If you're ordering them online, you're going to get 2 6-packs, and that's $18 instead of $10 and $10. So it'd be $18 to buy this.
Anna, show how you assemble, show the backside. How'd you assemble it and make it look so cute?
Well, I use a paper clip at the bottom, and then I just use little glue dots at the top to stick them together, but they pop apart without damaging them. So yeah, super cute. Just glue dots and a paper clip. Easy peasy.
So Anna, is that just paper on the front or a special type of paper, or?
I just printed on cardstock. So you guys are going to get access to a PDF like this, and it prints 2 to a page, and that's the exact same size as this. I just cut around it with a little bit of white, because it's a lot easier than cutting really close and making it perfect, but still looks just as cute. So I printed on plain white cardstock.
That's adorable.
Yeah, super cute. That's all I got.
Anybody have any questions? These are great ideas. I've not done those, but I think I'm going to try those this year. Yeah. So now Nicole was going to share a little bit of how she actually does some mystery bundles or boxes.
Thankful turkeys. Thanks for the reminder, Anna. I did those last year and they were really cute and went over really well. So definitely try those. Okay, so mystery bags are something that my customers eat up. They love them so much. Like we've all said already, if you don't have stuff on hand, don't panic. It's okay. If you've been around a while, you probably have tons of things that you're sick of looking at. And so this is a great opportunity to pass it off to your customers because it's a mystery. They don't know what they're getting. The only thing you have to watch when you are doing mystery bags is if you're telling them the price point, don't also share with them what's in it. Keep it a mystery. This way, if you want to offer them more product value than what it's costing them, you're in compliance and it's okay because nobody knows because you're not telling them what's in it. So you can do it lots of different ways. So many consultants have done these. So there's plenty of pictures all over the place of really cute lined up gift bags that have really fun names, like for Thanksgiving. And I'll actually find a couple and I will share them so you guys have them. Like Gobble Till You Wobble and Wishbone and all the fun cutesy names. You can find really fun Christmas ones. There are really cute Friday the 13th ones and Halloween ones and all the things. But you also don't have to name them either. Or you could do it by color, or you could do it by date, or you could do it by letter, or whatever makes your little heart happy. It doesn't matter. The idea behind it though is that you're going to hopefully get yourself some PRV because you're maybe going to be reordering. Or if that's not what you're interested in, if what you really want to do is get rid of stuff off your shelf because you have some things building up, then you can do that too. And so literally all you have to do is take a picture of a bag. Oop. Hold on, there we go. A bag you have on hand. I mean, this happens to be somebody's order. There's a ribbon on it, but they don't have to know if there's something in it or not. Take an empty bag, any bag you have on hand, a Christmas bag, a Thanksgiving bag, a birthday bag. Who cares? Throw a piece of tissue paper in it, take a picture of it, and tell them you're doing mystery bags. Pick a price point you feel comfortable with based on what you have on hand or what you'd like to sell. 25 seems to be a good, healthy number that works for a lot of things. You can get a good amount of product in there. without going too crazy and while also getting a variety. But you choose like whatever makes your heart happy. I've done really well with them. Like I said, my customers really eat them up, and I do change them up seasonally. Thanksgiving ones, I will tell you, have been the most popular that I've ever done. So I will always do them. Um, they're just a lot of fun. So don't worry about having things on hand. Don't worry about doing what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about how you're going to make it work with the PRV, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Do what works well for you and what makes your heart happy. So if that means that you're giving everybody a 6-pack of scent circles and you're selling them for $20 and they're getting 6 scent circles and I don't know, something else, a bar of wax, and it's $20 and that's what they're getting. They don't know, and it's fine. If you decide you want to do a mini warmer and a bar of wax, go for it. You get to choose. And if you need help ever deciding how to make it happen based on what your idea is, I'm glad to help you, or probably any leader here could help you figure that out. But the idea behind it is they don't know what they're getting. So there's that element of surprise. Everybody loves a good mystery, but it keeps them kind of engaged and guessing, kind of like the whiff box. It's something I did whiff boxes before Scentsy did whiff boxes. And then when they came out with whiff boxes, I didn't call them whiff boxes anymore. I called them scent crates. And then now I do mystery bags, and sometimes I'll do themed boxes as well. So they're just a lot of fun. It's just something to do to kind of keep your customers engaged and guessing and get things off your hands if you want to, or add a little extra PRV when you need to kind of help your customers. To that point, I heard 12 Days of Christmas being mentioned. Sales have been mentioned, all of those things. These are great opportunities when we do have sales to think ahead to things you might want to do for your customers. Like for me, for instance, I saw people doing advent calendars last year, and I thought ahead. I'm like, you know what? I want to do that for my customers last year. So I polled my VIP group who might be interested in something like this, because I'm not going to start planning ahead last year for this year, getting things really cheap to be able to give them the most bang for their buck in something like that, if there was no interest at that point. So you know your customers better than anybody does. Don't try and like throw it together if it's not something they're going to want to do. But it's the same kind of idea. It's, gathering items for cheap to be able to give them the most bang for their buck. It's a mystery. They don't know what they're getting, but it's the element of surprise of opening up a package every single day, and they're just super excited for it. So mystery bags are the same thing. Literally, you could have an empty bag. You could have a customer order bag. You could be holding it like all cutesy and demure and whatever the new trend is. It could just be sitting on a table, take a picture. You could borrow a Google image. You could create something on Canva, Photify, doesn't matter. But don't be afraid of it. Just go for it. That's all I have for you. Unless you have questions.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions?
I think Cindy could jump in too.
Yep. That's what I was going to say. The next one that's going to do it is Cindy. I mean, she's got a bunch of ideas of how she does these things. And Cindy, go ahead. Share with us what you have.
Hey guys. So I kind of do a mixture of what everybody else is doing, obviously. First I start with my turkey boxes, which I kind of do like a question in my VIP group to see who's hosting Thanksgiving. And then I kind of reach out to them one-on-one and let them know about my turkey boxes, which includes, fragrance essentials for them for, Thanksgiving Day for having company over. And I always put like a hand soap or counter clean, some wax, things they can use to have their home smelling good when their company's over. So I usually start with those. I do the turkey things that Anna showed, because she showed us those last year. And I usually sell a ton of those as like teacher gifts. And then on Thanksgiving Day, I do the mystery bags, which I sent Anna the flyers, so she'll put that on the board. And my customers love those. So you can, like Nicole said, you can either use stuff you have on hand, or you can, put a bulk order in for those. And then I know Robin mentioned her bar sale thing that she does. So I always do, I call it the biggest bar night of the year because that's what it is before Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving. And what I do is a big bar night for my VIP customers. So I kind of tell them what the wax special is going to be. And literally for like 1 hour that night, I post like top selling fragrances, holiday fragrances, and I just post like the flyer of the scent with the description. And they have, it's kind of like a power hour type thing. So they have like an hour to claim as many bars at that special price for that night. And it's basically doing like the 10 bar special, but I just do it individual bars. So I do that, the biggest bar night, and then the Black Friday specials. But I kind of switch it up every year. So you know your customers the best, right? So you could do a poll. That's usually what I do to see what they want to see on sale for Black Friday. And then I highlight stuff from like the clearance or do some kind of special that you can do with putting a bulk order in using the host credits and stuff. So like maybe a fragrance flower sale where they're getting them for cheaper instead of the $18. But what you have to do, again, if you're doing these specials, you're making sure this is all one-on-one communication. You're not posting those prices out there on social media. So I usually tell them, because I utilize Project Broadcast a lot to save a lot of time. And I usually tell them to text Black Friday to my phone number, and then it shoots them what my specials are in a text. So I try to keep it, as simple and easy for me, but also not kind of overwhelming them with too many sale items either. But that's pretty much what I do as far as Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Thank you, Cindy. I love that. I love how you started off with asking who's hosting and focusing on those people of how they can get their house ready, like the soaps, how to get their house smelling well,
Yeah.
the swipes, the things that they can use, because we normally don't think about that. And that was kind of, I thought, a unique spin on how you can get the host thinking, how can I get my house ready for Thanksgiving? You
Yeah,
also
and I just
mentioned,
basically put it all in a box for them and say, here you go, and this is what you're going to use it for. Like you can even put a travel twist in there and include one of those sticky things and say, put this on your trash can. Like just
yeah,
cute little simple little hacks for them to have their home smell, home set up for their company. But also I didn't mention, if they're not hosting, I don't know if you guys have seen those like little 0-calorie pie flyers floating around. That's what I offer those people to take to their guests home, as another option.
that's awesome. Instead of bringing something store-bought, flowers, whatever, why not gift the host Scentsy in the cute form of a pie? And
Yeah.
I think in there people put a bar, a room spray, a little spatula, all of the stuff you can get, the box, the pie box and the tin, you can get at bulk for Amazon, very cheap. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. It does not have to be fancy, but how cute. I think Anna also mentioned on the thing that I was intrigued by was that bar night.
Yeah. My VIP customers love that. I've probably done it like the last 5 years now. Usually we're driving up north for like, Thanksgiving. So I'm just doing it while, my husband's driving in the car. But you can, like I said, you can even message it out if you have plans that night. You can just even send them, quick text out, or if you use Project Broadcast like I do, you can send it out that way too.
How
So
many
let's,
bar fragrances do you put out in that hour?
I don't know, maybe like 30. I don't do all the fragrances. I kind of do like scents that are selling a lot right now, and then like the holiday, like the flyers that are out where it says like holiday and it has all the scents. I do those because that's kind of like people are going to be switching over to holiday, especially by the time you order them and they come in. So I try to do like holiday fragrances and then like our classics, like Luna, Black Raspberry, Vanilla, stuff like those kind of fragrances.
So let's talk about that a little bit more so people have an understanding. So you say you do them at discounted. So normally what do? Normally like a 10 bar bundle ends up being close
It's
to
it's like
$4.
$4.50, like four
Yeah,
dollars and
$4,
fifty cents.
4.50
Yeah,
versus the $6. But really what it means is they think they're getting those bars individually very cheap. But what Cindy's probably doing is taking those and bundling them as 6 packs. So
hmm
it's really not that much of a discount like that she has to absorb, but they think they're getting a great deal,
yeah,
especially offering it for the 1 hour. So it creates the urgency where they don't want to miss out. And so people get crazy on things like that.
yeah.
Um,
And I never pay anything out of pocket. I use the 6 packs, I use the half offs and the credits and place it all as one bulk order coming to me, and then I sort it from there.
okay. And so those are all local. I assume the people that you're reaching out to are local, or if they're not local, then you would add a shipping
Yep.
onto that,
I add the
correct?
shipping and I ship it myself
Okay.
after it all comes to me.
Yeah. Question, can you do this in a group chat through your VIP group on Facebook? Group chat. So technically, Cindy, tell me how you actually do it.
I send it out one on one so that they know. And then I post like a flyer, biggest bar night of the year, and I kind of market it. And then they, like they text my project broadcast. It tells them the information and what time. And I just create one thread in my VIP group of all the images, but no pricing. So the only way they know the pricing is by getting that text. So they have to text me to get it.
Perfect. So that's where she stays within compliance because any of those personal specials need to be one-on-one communication. What she's advertising is something that anybody can. She's basically saying the bar night. She's showing the photos of the bar or the description of the bar, which is all in compliance. And those that message her is that one-on-one communication where she can offer that special. That's the only way that they would know it. So that's the way to offer those specials, but stay in compliance. See, I love these. We all learned something new. I think Melissa, Anna, we're all kind of like, this is awesome. Like, see? Love it, love it, love it. Great things that we can do for the month of November before we head into December. Cindy, thank you so much. I love your ideas.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we are at the top of time, but I cliffhung everybody. You have to at least tell them about an underutilized portion of the website before we turn it over to Rand.
Okay. So the underutilized portion, I think everybody received an email in regards to it, but it's the Scentsy gift guide, and it's actually out on your website. It basically, if you go over to the specials, it's the gift guide. And really what you can do is you can focus individually on customers. So there's gifts that are under $10, $25, under $50. They do different bundles that are there. I think there's a glam vibe right now. The stay in warmers in bar bundle. Don't forget the baseboards counter clean. And so basically you can target your guests of what they're looking for. You can give them some ideas. Take it a step further, take some ideas there, create your own specials. People love actual personal pictures and send those out. You can send it as a link. You can send it, to people in targeting what their audience is and send those out. But don't forget about the gift guide because that's something that Scentsy puts out there for us to market to our customers. So the curated bundles, the $10 and under, $25, $50, different ways that you can market to customers. So definitely don't forget about the gift guide. And then also Robin put the share your wish list option also.
Yep. And that share your wish list, we are actually going to dive into, hold on, I'm looking.
A little bit deeper in one of the upcoming
And
training.
one of the upcoming calls, we are going to dive in on that, share your wish list, share your cart, and those ideas. But going back to what Tammy just said, one of our greatest tools and resources is our own PWS. If you just spent a little bit of time looking around on the PWS, you could find something to market every day.
Yeah.
Whether it be a half price warmer or a bar of wax for $3.60 or counter clean for $7, or the warmer of the month that's 10% off, but it's beautiful. Like, there are so many options between gift guide and curated bundles, like Tammy said, and the clearance tab. And you could literally create everything you needed for Black Friday or for Cyber Monday or for a wax weekend using your PWS and the deals that are available there for you.
And just kind of like going off of what Cindy did with her bar deals, I mean, literally, you could pick a period of time, whether it's 2 days a week, 10 days, 12 days, whatever you wanted. You could highlight a scent and show every product that scent, that comes in that scent. And then you could do something that if you purchase something from each one of the days, like you do 12 days of bars or something, you'll throw in a scent circle or something, or do something to incentivize people to purchase during that time period, or whatever. There's so many things that you can do, and I think this is one of the topics. I think this is the reason why we picked this topic, is get creative. There's so many ways to market your business. I was going to throw in one last thing, is it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be something as simple as posting something that, if you've ever purchased from me, reach out to me, like, I'm thankful for you. And you could offer on one day, the day of Thanksgiving, it could be free gift wrapping. It could be, it doesn't have to cost much. It could be free bar with purchase over $50. It could be, you name it. It doesn't have to be a long period of time. It doesn't have to cost much, but get creative and share. I would encourage you to share on Together We Scent, and is it Flash? Help me, Flash. What's Anna's page?
It's the Flash Family of Teams. You were right.
Yeah, I was like, because that's where I think we're powerful, is when we share with each other, because you may not implement the whole thing, but you may take that idea and run with it to make it yours. So, okay. Does anybody have anything before we head over to Rand? No. Rand, over to you.
Okay, awesome. Oh gosh, big face there. Okay.
Don't you love when I throw you guys up on the screen? Don't you love it?
I don't like that at all.
I love seeing your faces.
Katrina.
Katrina at this point is destined to win. This is like week 3 that she has but she wins this week because she passed up. We actually drew her name, I think, last week, and she gave she passed it on.
And it's her birthday. And you know what? I will say this. She is dang consistent in showing up all the time. So, I mean, that's what happens when you come over and over and over and over. So,
yep. Love it. Happy birthday. Is your birthday today? Oh, what a great birthday. What a great birthday. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. You guys are the best. Get out there and plan out your November opportunities.
Melissa?
And visit the weekly update page, because all of the resources are in one little click of a button resource from there. So,
Melissa, and before we leave, do you want to highlight what next week is?
I do. Next week, you guys, we're doing something really, really cool and fun that you will get to If you've ever wanted to be a fly on the wall when you hear a fly on the wall while another consultant is talking to someone, next week is your opportunity because Debbie and Mary Jane will be doing some role playing. No, wait, that's in 2 weeks. That's in 2 weeks. I'm a week ahead already. Next week is a continuation of this week where we're talking about the 12 days of Christmas and preparing for if you're going to run any type of Christmas promotion. Now, here's the thing. It's going to be very similar to this, but there are some additional things that we want to share. So, and like with all of these calls, you never know what we're going to talk about or what somebody's going to share that isn't maybe planned or anticipated. And so you never know what nugget you may walk away with. But next week, we're talking about 12 days of Christmas and sharing that cart and that wish list and that really cool feature on your PWS. We'll dive in more in depth on how to do that. So that's next week. In 2 weeks, we will be doing role playing where you will get the opportunity to hear some common scenarios, how Mary Jane, who is the queen of talking about Scentsy, and Debbie, who is the queen of talking about Scentsy to every single person that she comes in contact with. Both of them are going to do some role playing for some showing you how you can, talk about Scentsy always and anytime. Okay. Very good. You guys, thank you. Cubicle tomorrow for those of you that get on with us on Wednesdays. We do have a morning and an evening session, just reminding you, and then Thursday night shift on Thursday, and that's the week. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thanks for getting on. And if you listen to the recording, thanks for tuning in.